For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 15 of the Napoli Career Mode series here on FIFA 17. Over the course of the last couple of episodes, you guys have been throwing your suggestions at me with regards to this January transfer window. It is January the 1st, 2017, and as such, we'll be looking to do some business. Now, our plans in the window took a hit in the last episode. We had kind of an idea of what we wanted to do, and then Andrea Bellotti broke his ankle in the game, our highest signings or record signing so far, and my top goal scorer as well. So things or plans changed in the previous episode. I have taken a number of suggestions from you guys on board, and I'll show you who I've got on my shortlist momentarily. I've also taken on board a couple of suggestions with regards to the starting lineup, and Jorginho is going to start. A lot of you were saying that I should be playing Jorginho and Alan more often than I am Diawara and Zielinski. So I'm gonna give that a try, because obviously we've been not necessarily struggling in Serie A, but not doing as well as we perhaps could be. And you guys reckon it's because I've been playing the high potential youngsters over the established professionals, established rated players. So the high-rated Jorginho will start there. I'm still going to go with Diawara at CDM because he's been exceptional. But Alan may get the odd chance. We're still looking to sell Giaccherini, still looking to sell Christian Maggio, and the option was there to either sell Reina and Callejon or sell just Callejon. Now, the main consensus in the comments was that we should keep hold of Reina for now and sell him in the summer to kind of save money now to spend whatever money we do get on a big name right-sided midfielder, and then if we have anything left we can maybe sign another younger winger or a central midfielder, because we are a little bit light in central midfield with regards to the formation we're playing. I could change formation, so we would need less central midfielders, but I don't know. I'm still undecided with regards to that side of things, but this is the situation right now. We have there or thereabouts £18 million in our transfer budget. I could alter it slightly if needs be. Callejon is valued at about 18 million himself, and I will now go and put him on the transfer list. Callejon transfer list. Now, other people on the transfer list include Giaccherini, and should include Maggio as well. And indeed it does. So who else is on the transfer list? Have I done anyone else? Let's have a look. Just the three. Right, okay, I'm happy with that. Just those three on the transfer list for now. And we're looking mainly at the right-hand side of midfield, potentially elsewhere if possible. My main option for goalkeeper next year is going to be Marco Sportiello. He's currently on loan at Fiorentina from Atalanta. So the plan is to sell Pepe Reina in the summer and then buy Sportiello. That's my main aim there. Kolasinac is still on the list because he's available on a pre-contract and his wages are dirt cheap. If we have any money left over at the end of the window, like the last 3 or 4 hours of deadline day, I will try and pick up Sead Kolasinac on a pre-contract deal. In fact, yeah, I can. I just saw his age was 23 and I was like, actually, can I? But yeah, no, I can. So on the right-hand side of midfield, I have a number of options, as you can see here. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. I got a little bit carried away, actually did a couple of dealings before I remembered that I hadn't actually hit record yet. So I've put a loan offer in for Paco Alcacer, which is completely random. Someone suggested it in the comment section, so I threw it in. If that works, then great. If not, I'm really not fussed at all. I've offered £4 million plus Giaccherini for Ladislav Krejci. So we'll have to wait and see what Bologna think about that. But for potential right-sided midfield to replace Callejon in the starting lineup, Adem Ljajic is recently at Torino, actually, from Roma, but is now available for transfer again. So we would contemplate signing him. Alejandro Gomez obviously had a great season for Atalanta in real life. We could potentially consider him, but I'm not sure. Balde Keita, another player that's had a very good recent history. He scored a very, very quick hat-trick for Lazio last week and got himself a striker in form card. We could consider actually using him at striker. I wonder if he can actually play at striker. He can. We can play on either side of midfield. High-low work rates as well. Could be a good option for us. Mario Balotelli's on the shortlist for a potential striker. If we have some money left and decide that we might want to buy a striker, Balotelli could be a decent YOLO option. Domenico Berardi is always the popular go-to for the right-hand side of midfield in a Serie A series, so I've thrown him on the transfer list, but I would sign someone else ahead of him if possible. But obviously, if we're running out of options, Berardi is the go-to. Lucas Moura, actually, is very, very popular at Paris Saint-Germain, plays regularly every single season, still only 24 years of age. Feels like he's been around forever, but he's still only 24. So a genuine option there, £25 million is his valuation. Neres is a youngster that we could consider training, but I'm leaning towards, if we're going to bring in a younger backup, I'm still leaning towards Crati as he's 24 and already more established individual rating-wise. Marco Asensio is a strange one. He's been superb for Real Madrid in recent weeks in real life. He's 83 rated at 20 years of age and can play anywhere in the midfield. I'm actually, to be completely honest, I'm very heavily leaning towards Marco Asensio. It's a drop down in pace. Obviously, Cajon is rapid and Asensio doesn't have that pace, but technically he's superb. And at 83 rated at just 20 years of age, the scope for growth there is remarkable. So I'm really keen on Marco Asensio, I have to be honest. We'll have to wait and see what develops. Not Jeffrey Bruma, he's the centre-back. Bruma at Galatasaray was another option in the comment section. He needs a little bit of scouting, though. Marko Arnautovic was actually another option that was quite popular in the comment section. Obviously, having a decent season for Stoke. Again, a downgrade on pace, but strong physical presence that is very, very good on the ball. A decent long shot as well on him, so could potentially look to sign him. Lamar we had on the shortlist in the summer. He's still a genuine option, and again, young and decent rating and probably effective. Did I see? Sorry, for some reason I read that as career specialist. I was like, hang on a minute. There's a corner specialist. The only thing that lets him down is his weak foot and his skill moves, which is a shame. Chiesa is a youngster that I meant to remove and I hadn't yet. Bernardo Silva was another very, very popular option. Again, downgrading pace, but still fast enough with the high acceleration. Very young, high rated as well. Asensio, same rating, 2 years younger, but the difference between being 20 and 22 really isn't that much. There's still plenty of time for both players to grow, and Bernardo Silva perhaps would be considered better than Asensio. So, there's just so many really, really, really good options available to us. I'm not sure as of yet whether to use Cajon as part of a deal or whether to try and sell him on and then just go in with a cash deal. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see if we get any offers in, and then if we don't get any offers in for Cajon, then I will use him in part of another deal. They are interested in Giaccherini, but they want a little bit more money. I'll offer them 6.5. I don't want to spend all of my money on Crati. I'm going to want a decent chunk available for Cajon's replacement, but Crati would be decent to come in and replace Giaccherini. I'd be very pleased with that deal. Apparently Man United... Oh, never mind. Not really asked about that Paco Alcacer potential loan. Man United in talks with Barcelona over Luis Suarez. Shock. Manchester United might be buying a striker in career mode. There's a surprise. Bologna, again. Come on, lads. Let's not get too carried away, shall we? I just want Bologna to accept this deal, please. I don't want to be spending too much money on that replacement winger, and I may end up leaning towards someone else if he's going to become slightly more expensive. Alejandro Gomez has had his full stat report come back, and he does look very good. He's only 5'5" though, and 28 years of age. Although to be fair, I've got Insigne, who's even shorter, so it's not really too much of an issue. Adam Yates is 6 foot tall, which is good, and he looks pretty decent too, 25 years of age. But I still would lean towards Balde Keita or Asensio or Bernardo Silva. But it depends how much money we have available to us. So let's jump into this home game against Sampdoria and see if we can't pick up 3 points in the league. That would be very, very good. And this is actually going to be the halfway stage of the league season. This is going to be game 19, match day 19. So we'll have played everybody once. And hopefully, as you can see, it's very tight at the top. There's only 6 points between us in 6th and Juventus at the top of the table. And a win in this one could see us shoot up a couple of positions. And a win in this one is the aim. And then we have a game in the Coppa Italia in a couple of days' time against Genoa. But I'm not really too bothered about that competition this year, to be honest. So I'll play my strongest possible 11 in the league, as that's the main aim right now. And then we'll see what happens with regards to Cajon. We'll make the decision at the end of the episode whether to actually list him or keep looking for a cash bid. This is going to be awkward. The alternate doesn't really help either, does it? What I might do is play them in that, and then obviously in real life it wouldn't be like this, but I'm actually just going to play me in my alternate kit just for the sake of my eyes and not having a kit clash whilst playing FIFA. But hopefully we'll be strong enough here to see off Sampdoria. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Please do continue to let me know all of your feedback with regards to potential transfers in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hopefully we can start with 3 points. Huso into Diawara, across there to Dries Mertens. We'll go all the way out left there to Gulam, and then through to Jorginho, who is starting as per your request. So we'll see how he gets on. Dries Mertens could be in here. I'm going to try a Blurb spin, and that's worked perfectly. Dries Mertens misses. Misses. I'd have put my house on Dries Mertens burying that into the top corner from a situation like that. It was bobbling slightly, but still. Well, I would now be homeless, wouldn't I? 0-0 after 4 minutes. Torreira into Prat. Nice tackle by Jorginho. Diawara can't get there, and it's down the line quickly towards Salah, who will keep this in. Oh, what? No, I can't even begin to explain that cross and attempted volleyed finish. That was unbelievable. I wasn't expecting such a driven cross from the wide man there. That really caught me by surprise, and we could be in at the other end, but Milik's touch lets him down. Somehow he's still got the ball. Oh, and I shouldn't have played that pass. That's my mistake. Wow! What a drilled cross from Salah, and what an effort from Bobadilla in the middle. Thankfully, he cracked it off the crossbar and it didn't go in, but that would have been probably the best goal I'd ever conceded on any FIFA ever. The cross was out of this world. The finish was very, very close to being inch perfect as well. Sampdoria, they're 17th in the league, not having a very good season, but could it be because they're that unlucky in front of goal? I'm not sure. If they're playing like that and having chances like that throughout the season, then why they're 17th, I'm not sure. Silvestre here will look to get this away. Mertens gets the tackling, but it's going to go out for a throw-in. Cool, that was a little bit extreme, wasn't it? Let's try and calm things down and keep the ball in this half, because if they're going to be putting balls in like that, I don't want them anywhere near my penalty area. Nice ball by Hamsik out to Mertens. We'll turn inside and go to Milik first here. And then across to Cajon. Diawara is there in the middle, but we use Milik first. And Diawara's gone. Diawara's in. Diawara! Good save by Viviano. Is the defender going to keep that in? No, he's not. It's going to be a corner here. Good save by the keeper. Hamsik to whip it in. And I'm actually going to try and flick that on. We've done well. It's dropped to Gulam. Puts his left foot through it. Knocks Viviano off his feet with the power of the strike. But it's another corner here as the keeper saves it. Hamsik with the whip. It's a decent delivery. Lanetti is going to head that back out to Hamsik, who, despite me trying to get him to take a first touch, leaves it, and we'll have a third corner. Another good delivery, and it's going to come out to Hamsik again here. I'm actually going to play this on the floor. Oh, of course it's Tonelli on the edge of the box. That's unfortunate. Jorginho has scored the odd finesse for us so far this season, but that one charged down by the defender. Good work from Sampdoria defensively, stopping us from getting any real chances from all of those set pieces. This has been a difficult game so far, but hopefully we can still come away with the win. Really? Oh, that's rather fortuitously dropped to me, and Hamsik has given us a 1-0 lead. I kind of feel a little bit bad there. That's definitely the sort of goal that, had it been scored against me on Ultimate Team, would have had me raging. Thankfully, the CPU doesn't have any form of emotions, so I suppose I shouldn't feel too bad, because CPU's not going to be pissed off, but we have ourselves a rather lucky 1-0 lead. Still a good finish from Hamsik, had a lot to do in that situation, but I got extremely lucky with the way that it broke to me in the first phase of the move. But never mind, not going to complain. Napoli 1, Sampdoria 0. Sampdoria nim, lol. Napoli 1, Sampdoria 0 as we head towards half-time and into stoppage time. Although, there is still time here for a Sampdoria corner. Wow, I'm struggling to say my words today. And apparently, He could. No, they're not going to get themselves the chance to equalise because we've done well. Oh, an opportunity for a breakaway denied by the referee. But never mind, we'll take our lead into the break. 1-0 Napoli. And I'll try and sort out the whole brain to mouth and getting words out in the right order. Regini brushes everybody off into Linetti. That's a great ball through to Quagliarella, and I've done just enough there with Goulam. He's asking for a penalty there. You can see Quagliarella raising his arms and shouting at the referee. There was a strong challenge on him, but I don't think it was enough there from Goulam to warrant a penalty being given. But it was definitely a physical challenge, but Quagliarella is definitely strong enough to be able to withstand an attack like that from a defender. So the referee deemed it a little bit soft from him. I just need to time this pass right, and to be fair, I need the right pass to present itself. But Hamsik round the corner to make it 2. It's a brilliant block from the defender. Didn't quite see which defender it was, but Hamsik very, very nearly giving us his and the team's second goal of the game. Cajon's stolen that away. We get this into Milik. Well, people arriving. But I can't get the pass off, unfortunately. 30 minutes to go. Still 1-0 Napoli. Mertens will go for the switch. It was actually meant for Cajon, but never mind. Husai will get it to the Spaniard, who's turned inside nicely into Milik. I think they expect me to turn onto Milik's left foot immediately. And I'm trying to kind of drop the shoulder and sell the defender one way and then go the other, but it hasn't quite worked so far. It's a brilliant interception there from Goulam to stop them from being played in behind. Tonelli through to Milik and on to Diawara. We'll go back to Milik. Right, now again, go one way, then drop the shoulder and go the other. Just trying to work the space here for Milik. He's got to be stronger than that, though. Thankfully, the defender puts in a poor clearance. That's a great ball in. Oh, it wouldn't quite reach Milik for a headed effort. Salah has only dropped that short, and Mertens will put it back into the middle. Diawara can't get there. Very nearly blocks that. In fact, he may actually have got something on that clearance. No, he didn't. 25 minutes to go. I am actually going to make a change here. I don't feel like we are desperate for one, but just to ensure that things stay pretty solid in the midfield, we'll make 2 changes, and then I'm going to bring Pulisic on for Milik, put Mertens through the middle, and put Pulisic out wide. And we'll see if those 3 changes will be enough to get us a second goal in this game. Allen and Zielinski involved immediately. Hamsik round the corner, poke that through, and Cajon, a couple of inches away from making it 2-0. Really good move. I'll be honest, that pass through to Cajon was actually meant for Mertens, but still, decent effort, but wide of the target. Here's Salah, inside to Prat. Nice ball through to Quagliarella as well. Pull it back, Ricky, out wide to Salah, putting that ridiculous cross earlier on in the game. Strong physical challenge from Allen though, and Pulisic's just going to race away here. I'm sorry, Ricky Alvarez, you do not have the pace to deal with my young American. The play is inside here to Allen again, and if Dries Mertens, he's actually thrown the defender to the ground there. Why he dragged that back, I've no idea. If he doesn't do that, he puts it in the back of the net. Dries Mertens having an off day here, it has to be said. Missed a gilt-edged opportunity earlier on, and then makes a mistake there in trying to create another one. Considering the injury to Belotti, and Milik wasn't exactly firing on all cylinders today, I really need Dries Mertens to be stepping up to the plate in situations like that, and he just isn't so far. Which is not good enough, and wow, thumping finish from Prat. Sampdoria have equalised with 12 minutes to go. How crucial are those missed chances from Dries Mertens going to be? Especially the one a moment ago, where they've literally gone straight up the other end and buried it in the back of the net. It could have been 2-0. It's not. There is a second goal, but it's gone to our opponents. Here's Salah, drilled in there. Allen with the interception, goes down, nothing given. I'll ding that over the top. They're looking for the run of Pulisic. This is a great opportunity, if he can take it in his stride, which he can't really do, to get a goal on the counter-attack and win the game. But Cigodini's just put a foot in there. And Pulisic trying to win it back from him. No, there's the final whistle. It's only going to be a 1-1 draw here against Sampdoria. And I don't really have anyone but myself to blame for my inability to put the ball in the back of the net. Missed a really good opportunity with Dries Mertens in the first half. Missed a really good opportunity with Dries Mertens in the second half. We should have won that game. That's disappointing, but it's my fault. Hands held high. My bad. We'll push forward though. And Lorenzo Insigne is back in first team training. Perfect timing, Lorenzo. Let's wait and see if anything happens in the transfer window. If it doesn't, then we'll head into the second game of the episode against Genoa in the Coppa Italia. Transfer offer for Marco Rog. Interesting that people are interested in him, considering he's not played much football for me this year, and he hasn't really kind of put in performances that would warrant someone actually being interested in him. But Hoffenheim throwing a bid in. Is that another transfer offer, or is it press conference? Oh, yes! Thank you, Bologna. Right. This could be perfect timing. He would join us before the next league game. He's not going to be a crucial first-team player for me. I'll put important first-team player, and hopefully he'll sign that. I could try squad rotation player, but I don't think he'd take the step down. He is only 78 rated, but it would be a step up in terms of the club that he'd be playing at. So we'll see if he accepts that. Hopefully he will, but let's jump now into that game against Genoa. Zielinski drill that out wide there to Giaccherini, playing in his last game, well, hopefully his last game for the club, because theoretically, Crate is going to be signing for us when we get back to the transfer window after this game. Dries Mertens with the opportunity to give us a 1-0 lead here with a free kick after just 3 minutes, but he's kicked it straight at the wall, unfortunately. Perhaps should have concentrated a little bit more on taking the free kick rather than finishing my commentary sentence, but never mind, still 0-0 after 4 minutes. Genoa playing a 3 at the back formation here. I'm still playing my 4-3-3. You can see how many people they got in the middle here, so probably best to stretch the game out wide a little bit, and that might be a theme of this entire game if they're going to play that narrow. Dries Mertens starting up top in this one, actually playing after playing in the last one as well, but Pulisic, I want him to use his right foot there and drill it into the bottom corner, but he's tried to place it with his left, unfortunately. Positive start here, though. 2 good opportunities in the opening 8 minutes or so. And if we keep that up, then surely we'll be through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. Allen out to Giaccherini. Through there. Oh, to Mertens. It's a good ball. Mertens! Wide of the target. I need Mertens to step up to the plate today, playing through that central role at striker. He's letting himself down in today's episode, really quite badly. I need him to be scoring goals, please. Palladino out to Simeone. Nice twist and turn. Lejal with a cross. There's a man free at the back post. It's Lazovic. Not sure which way he's going to go. I don't think he knew either. Cataldi with a turn. It's dropped to Lazovic. Drongowski with a good save. A very good save, and he's pleased with that himself as well, as he might well be. Extremely good stop. Edenilson with the corner. It's whipped in, headed away by Zielinski. And that'll be, well, actually, no, I think he's going to keep that in, isn't he, Palladino? He'll look to come forward again here, Genoa. Inside to Cataldi. Out to the corner taker, Edenilson. Put in a good delivery, but it was well cleared and has done basically the exact same again. Cataldi, unorthodox, shall we say, method of bringing the ball down and under control. But the shot is just as poor, actually. Never mind, 0-0, just over half an hour to go. Out to Johnny. Giaccherini thought about making the run around the outside me. Eventually did, but really in a position for me to play him in. Dries Mertens will go through that gap there nicely to Rog and time that right. And Zielinski's in. Zielinski to make it 1-0. Yes. Well, we replaced him in the first team in Serie A. And Jorginho did well, but what he didn't do was score a goal in a tight game. And Zielinski has raced through and buried that in the back of the net. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a battle going on for that first team left centre mid spot. Diawara has the CDM role held down. Allen is very good though and has put in a good performance here against Genoa, but Diawara definitely performing well enough to keep hold of that first team spot. But you guys asked me to play Jorginho ahead of Zielinski, which I did, and he does do well, but Zielinski has stepped up there and scored a very good goal, and they very nearly go straight ahead and equalise, but we have a conundrum on our hands with that CDM, or sorry, centre mid position, don't we? A couple of players seem to be really keen on keeping it. Rog, Dries Mertens came short for it there, and he's do well to keep hold of it here, and he's just laid the ball off there to Allen. Rog has shown himself. Zielinski is there, and actually he's done brilliantly to keep hold of that. And we'll look for Mertens. Mertens to finish it. Oh, if it weren't for the leaping save of Matteo Perin, then it would have been 2-0. Mertens denied. First time he's actually done something decent in this game, Dries Mertens. In fact, in either game. And it's a really, really good save. Zielinski with a second corner. This one looking like... oh, he might get underneath it, actually. And Lejal heads that away. It's going to be a third corner. I might actually bring someone short. Dries Mertens is going to be that man. And we'll spin on it. Then get a cross in. That's a terrible delivery. All right, Dries, never mind. Less than 20 minutes to go. Still 1-0. And in fact, what I'm going to do is take Dries Mertens off now, as A, he's quite tired, and B, he's underperforming, and bring Lorenzo Insigne on. I'll also bring Christian Maggio on as well. We'll play him at CDM. And hopefully, those two changes will help us keep this lead and maybe extend on it. Ball over the top by Lazzoni into Eder Nielsen. Back through there towards Pania, but Chiriches cuts it out. There's not long left to go in this game. One thing that has occurred to me throughout this game, considering how tired a number of my players are getting here, despite the fact that they haven't played for a while, is that maybe players like Maggio, or maybe just in particular Christian Maggio, considering he's not actually worth much, that's a foul. It might be worth just keeping him. Like, the money that we'd raise for selling Maggio, just having the extra player in the squad is probably worth more to me than, you know, a couple of £1 million to the transfer budget. So I think I'm going to take Maggio off the transfer list. Insigne's come off the bench here, and if he wins or gets a second here... Oh, it's a stunning free kick. Lorenzo Insigne off the bench, back from injury, with a superb set piece to win us the game. 2-0 now. There's no coming back from that for Genoa, and that is great. Whether the wall had jumped, whether they'd have got in the way, not sure, but placement was top class from the small little Italian. Well, that's more than Dries Mertens did in the entirety of the episode so far. Maybe I should be playing Lorenzo Insigne at striker instead of Milik and leaving Dries Mertens out wide on the left. But I probably may even do that because Insigne is actually quicker, and it might be nice to actually have a little bit more pace through the central position than we have had with... Oh, that's a nice ball. Right, drill the ball in. Okay, that wasn't a drill, that was a chip, but we'll take the corner. Yeah, I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know in the comment section. Should I play Insigne at striker or should I play Mertens at striker? Pulisic is going to have to turn on this. It's Christian Maggio. Why not? Oh, he got a hand to that. Maggio. Oh, it's a strange default celebration. The bell. Well, that's decided it. Christian Maggio stays. I thought Perrin got a hand to that. I heard the contact of ball to glove. That's why I didn't quite react. He got to it. He definitely hit a touch. What's the spin on the ball? I'm almost certain that he got a touch on this. Yeah, he did. He got a good full hand to it, but that's horrendous. Horrendous goalkeeping mistake. Thankfully for him, whilst it is embarrassing, it hasn't cost his team because they were already 2-0 down, and that just makes it 3. But that was rather atrocious from Matteo Perrin there. It's going to be Napoli 3, Genoa 0. We're through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. But the whole Mertens or Insigne at striker, I mean, obviously it was a set piece that Insigne scored from. Perhaps I should try Insigne at striker for a full game rather than jumping to a conclusion. But we're through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia with, in the end, a convincing 3-0 scoreline, although it wasn't necessarily that convincing a performance. But we'll take it, and I will go and take Christian Maggio off the transfer list. I am going to make that decision, and he's gonna stay. Look, 1.1 million. He's just going to be worth more to me, just having the extra player for rotation. So he's going to stay. An offer for Giaccherini, which I'm going to reject because obviously Emanuele Giaccherini is part of the deal to see Crazy come to the club. Still no offers for Callejon though. We'll advance as far as this game against Pescara, and we'll see if anything comes in for him. Transfer for Marco Rog again. Lorenzo Insigne says he's good to play. And Maximovic is also back from injury. That's, again, good news. Marco Rog's going nowhere. He's my Hamsik replacement. There's not a chance that Marco Rog is leaving the club. I'm going to reject all future offers for him. A couple of days from this game against Pescara. Alejandro Gomez says, let me go. That's interesting. Scout report on Bruma. 80 rated. Bloody quick, I think, is the answer to what Bruma's stats say. And decent on the ball as well. I have a number of options, don't I, out wide? One of which is going to be confirmed now. Into the club comes Ladislav Crati. Emanuele Giaccherini leaves us and goes to Bologna. Crati is in. That is a distinct improvement and an offer for Jose Callejon. There we go. It better be decent, though. It's 16 million from Barcelona. Not a chance. Give me 30 and you can have him, most certainly. Ooh, right then. We will find out what happens with that bid, unless they're going to come back in the next 24 hours. Dortmund have accepted a £27 million bid from Juventus for Socrates, which is interesting because that would strengthen Juventus at the top of the table. That draw, unfortunately, against Sampdoria sees us stay in 6th place, whereas the extra 2 points would have seen us up in 4th. That's frustrating. Never mind, there's still a full 50% of the season left to go. And things are heating up in the transfer window. It looks like we might be able to move Callejon on. We've already made one signing as Crati comes in. Take you out of there and do that. So Crati's in. That's good news. We just move these guys around so that everybody's in their position. There we go. Insigne can go onto the bench in place of Pulisic. And yeah, and we'll leave Jorginho in. Zielinski did well in that previous game, but I'll leave Zielinski in the starting lineup. I may even start Insigne over Mertens, considering he's a little bit tired for this next game against Pescara. But that will be in the next episode, which will be tomorrow, because you're seeing this Saturday. So join me then. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do continue to let me know all your transfer suggestions in the comments. I'm sure the scenario in the window will chop and change throughout the course of it. But for now, that's all from me. There'll be a career mode... No, not a career mode RTG video. Later this afternoon is another Euro 2020 video. It's the semi-final versus Belgium, so be sure to check that at 4 PM in your sub boxes, and I'll see you next time.